All right, now let's talk about wealth building for the long haul and how I use this money at retirement. This is, of course, the primary benefit of the Roth IRA and how it's structured is all those investment returns and growth that are stacking up as you're contributing and investing the money. Those come out no tax once you hit age 59 and a half, as long as you've had the Roth IRA for 5 years. That's part of how Roth IRAs are structured, and that's what they were intended for. And so that's definitely a key benefit to the Roth IRA. No interest rate cost. I use the money, no tax, doesn't hit my 1040. Anything that stays invested is still asset protected. That is why we love the Roth. Now, the IUL, on the other hand, I can still access the cash value by using the loan, but I could do that at 40, 50, 60, 70, it doesn't matter. That can be a benefit to the IUL as I can get access to it earlier. Now, remember, the Roth IRA, I get contributions early, but some people do look at the IUL as I can start drawing more money out at retirement. That's when I actually may want to live off of this or benefit from it more fully. As I'm working in my 40s and 50s, I might not draw on it. That's how the loan policy works, where you're lending the money back out. Now, here is where I don't like the IUL. They hit their 60s, they don't have income anymore. And they're like, all right, I want to go live off of the cash value in this life insurance policy I paid in for 20 years, let's say. So I start taking loans. Well, there's still a cost to maintain that policy. And if you don't maintain that policy, the cash value starts getting eaten into. Well, why is there a cost to maintain the policy? Because it includes a permanent life insurance policy. And as you're in your 60s, that life insurance policy is very expensive. If you don't have income to cover those policy premiums for the death benefit part, you can lose the IUL entirely. Now, what happens at first if you're not paying the policy premiums is they go back and eat into the cash value. Well, if you're lending money back out and not paying the interest either, they're also eating into the cash value. So what we've seen sometimes is people can't maintain making these policy payments. The death benefit cost starts eating into the cash value. They start lending out of the policy. Those interest rate costs are eating into the cash value. And we've seen these policies lapse. We see it happen a lot, particularly for entrepreneurs, even in their 30s and 40s, because they have a bad year, they can't maintain the policy, the cash value gets eaten up, and then they basically ended up paying for life insurance, and there was no long-term wealth building available to them. Now, in a Roth IRA, you have a ton of flexibility because I can put money in one year, but not put money in the next. There's no penalty for not putting in money. Well, in an IUL, you can actually lose the policy for failure to put money in. You have to have a consistent series of payments in the IUL, particularly when you start it, to keep it in effect. So there's a pro here definitely for the Roth IRA because it's a lot more flexible in whether I can put money in. Do I have to do it every year? Do I have to maintain it? And of course, if you're not putting money in the Roth IRA, there's no death benefit life insurance cost eating into it. Now, on the other hand, you could say for the IUL, but there is a life insurance policy that's part of this that is some value to me if I were to pass away, and fair point there. But I just think it's getting the money in. I think the Roth IRA is a lot more flexible.